Managing multiple clients or large websites? Automate your SEO with Ally AI. Start your free trial now.
Taylor Swift is a link builder. There were rumors that she would get engaged. Our client said, let's give them a free wedding venue. And then we got them 50 links. That's digital PR.
Wix Studio, one end-to-end web creation platform for your agency to deliver exceptional work with absolute efficiency.
Hello everyone, just in case you're wondering if you know me, there's an octopus to calm me down. We'll be fine. This is more of a therapy session where you may learn a few things. I am tired of getting paid by people that ask me to explain why the numbers don't line up between different Google platforms and other platforms. And let's de-stress a bit. We're gonna measure what matters. And what matters is, wow, making good decisions. And how do you do that? You look at trends. If you listened right before me, you may know why. We'll dive into it. So, hello, my name is Myriam Jessier, and Momo can't be here with me because this is an island and there's heavy-duty quarantine. I tried, but it's complicated. So how do we do this? Because measuring what makes an impact is hard. It's really hard. And we can measure so many things, like so many things that are completely useless. Only a handful of metrics will genuinely matter to you. That's it, the end. So stop freaking out over sampled data, and please don't pay me to tell you why things don't align. Focus on what matters. What matters? Well, as you can see here, 100% of the data, 80% sampling. Yeah, they don't align, but you're getting the same insights. There's no magical, aha, this changes everything. And let's go even harder, 50% sampling. We can even go harder than this and still holds. I don't recommend you do. I don't. But you're still getting the same insights. So fundamentally, will the slight discrepancies that we saw together dramatically shift budgets in anyone's favor? No. No. So you have a lot of anxiety for not much. Transactional data must be 100% correct, because otherwise you're getting audited by, whatever tax agency you are dealing with. But human data is a bit different. Human data is messy. And the way we collect it is also fuzzy. And you need to be pragmatic about this. I know it's early in the morning on a Friday, be pragmatic. But you need to gain actionable insights. I don't care if the data is perfect or not perfect. We're not here for a beauty contest or perfection contest. We're here for a bottom line, for making a difference, making an impact. And I'm in love with this example of trend analysis, and it is not perfect. And we can criticize the pizza data as much as you want. But there was a franchisee in Washington, D.C. that noticed something. So in the 90s, when pizza orders would go up near the Pentagon, this franchisee owner knew that there was a political crisis or a military operation about to go down. You can bet he made some good financial decisions with that knowledge. I don't think he could work and be in this room today, but he still did trend analysis, and it's a real thing. You can click on it afterwards. So keep in mind, you're not at the pizza level, okay? But your sample size must be 70 times larger than the number of variables. So if you want to know more about this or talk more about this type of stuff, the person in the pixelated photo is in the room, okay? So what does this mean? It means that you don't need as many conversions to happen as you think to be able to make a sound decision, okay? That's what you should keep in mind. So this means, once again, be pragmatic. What does it mean to be pragmatic? Have actionable insights over theoretical perfection. You tailor your data analysis and models to meet specific business needs, okay? I'm so tired of hearing, but Google does it this way. I don't care, you're selling sausage, you're not Google. So I've had to say this, actually. So you need to present, it was a fun mandate, though. So data is presented in a way that will trigger action in stakeholders. I got tired of dealing with poor load times, When I spoke to the C-suite at a bank, I had a loading GIF and I stared at them for 6 seconds straight. It got awkward. You can bet that got fixed real fast. So what can you do to do this? Well, there's directional reporting that informs decision-making, and trend analysis goes that way. You want to spot trends, and you don't need perfect data for this. Please, let's calm down. Let's make decisions. And you already rely on trend analysis, because if you use Glimpse, if you don't know what Glimpse is, you'll love it. Exploding Topics or Google Trends, they all do trend analysis, and I don't see anyone freaking out over it. You still use the data, you trust it. So they do it different ways. Real-time data from multiple sources, AI scraping and trend analysis by humans, or a sample of web searches. Okay, it's not complicated to do when you know how you want to go about it. And how you can go about it, there was a wonderful video, so I'm just gonna move, and you can imagine the video? Okay, good. So what you can do is click here, and you'll be able to select the year. So I'm comparing the K-beauty topic from year to year. Trend analysis, done. I had to do this for a car dealership because people are looking for more economic, fuel-friendly cars now. Am I gonna get the perfect data on cars? No, I'm gonna look at trends. And SEMrush already has this coming for their enterprise platform, so not the regular stuff you're used to, but they have a what has happened trend analysis solution because, hey, they figured out there's a problem in the market. Also Ask does the same thing. They monitor intent shift trends, and people also ask, why? Well, I have some clients, their products are not as used since LLMs came around, and I see that it impacts their visibility in their rankings. And there's nothing my technical SEO loving self can do to fix that. So here's a trend analysis crash course. You have 3 main types of trend analysis. Number 1, you compare stuff over time. Number 2, you compare the relationship between 2 things. And number 3, you compare trends across categories. Okay, cool. So if you are, take the beautiful picture if you need. Shall I? Good, fantastic. Okay, so what does it mean concretely? And if you see this gentleman creeping in, he is the owner of alsoasked.com. That's why he's here. We discussed it and was like, hey, so I have an example for each type of trend analysis. So let's discuss. And then that's how he ended up here. So the first one, emerging keywords and seasonal keywords. Let's see if I can go back. Over time. Fantastic. Relationship. Search intent changes, search volume correlations. And the last one, keyword popularity by regions. That's a really good thing you can do. That's all about keyword trend spotting. Hey, trend analysis has been in your life for a while. You just didn't necessarily stop to think about it. So for example, with Revolut Bank, we can tell people care about trustworthiness and legitimacy, and that helps you do your job better. The end. We don't need perfect stats for this. So what can you do? What can you do when you're stuck with data that doesn't align and people are breathing down your neck and you have to explain to them that it will never align? It's over. Well, you need to create your own metrics because I don't know if you've noticed, but everyone and their mother has a different definition of what a conversion is. I find that amazing. Like I ask people to define it, and I'm like, interesting. So Spotify did that. They created more than 6,000 musical, and this is where you can tell in French, genre. I don't know how to pronounce this in English, okay? If you can teach me afterwards, let's do that. So these styles, they're here for optimal recommendations because they want to make money. They want you to stay hooked to the product. So they use multiple data sources, metadata, raw audio data, and listening patterns to recommend the next thing you're gonna like. And this is emerging from user-listener patterns, but ultimately, are these musical styles as we define them as humans? No. But they are becoming that. People are reusing those words now, and it's entering our culture. So to the Spotify algorithm, this is not a musical style. It's a cluster of collective listening patterns. That's not a traditional label. Nobody is going to say, oh yeah, I totally understand, Stim Rock. It's a real label now, okay? Just letting you know. So Spotify does something amazing because it uses these labels to map out a network to figure out these other styles to make sure that you're still happy. Well, if they were following radio top charts, it wouldn't be the same, okay? It's a bit different than, let's say, what we call payola, which is you pay and the DJ plays you. So how do you pull a Spotify? Well, you can focus on metrics that align with your company's unique values and goals. So I have a metric, a personal metric. It's called cost per wear. I can buy a dress for $100, that's fine. Can buy one for $300, but I better wear it enough times that it gets down to $3 cost per wear. I don't feel bad anymore. That enabled me to go from poor to relatively less poor in late stage capitalism and make wise choices. You can do this for your company too. I did this for a company that I really, really like, and we have an occupation rate. So imagine North America, real estate. All the buildings look the same. They are within the same project. Some people may get mistaken, Google's mistaken between the units because they're like, it's the same building. No, it's not. It looks the same. It's designed the same. It's not the same. So what we have now is that we track occupation rate. And if the units are rented, we have this information in GA4, and we use this to optimize Google Ads, but also SEO. How? Well, if we're 75% full, we're going to stop the ads. We don't want unhappy people calling for units that are already rented. We don't do that. But also, if units are rented long enough, more than a year, Google has a tendency to remove them from the index. What happens when they're back online in a rush because students all left? Yeah, we need PPC to help while SEO is going, no, Google, they're back, they're available. So this is a metric that really matters to me. And you can do the same at your scale. Like, here's a tangible example everyone needs in marketing. Core Web Vitals, they're weighed by Google. If you've never seen this table, that's fine. You can also talk to someone in the first row that knows all about it. We have a technical SEO in-house here. And Google has weighed every single metric that they care about. You know what the problem is? This is not good. This is not good because it's only SEO focused. If you're focused on PPC, for example, cumulative layout shift can tank your stuff moving around too much. So if you have an SEO team and a PPC team, that's not 25%, that's 40%, because CLS is one of the most important metrics. So you create a modified weight system. It's the same thing. You just kind of tweak the numbers. 40% for CLS, that's what you care about. And all of a sudden, your metric reflects a combined baseline. Okay, I know it's not rocket science, or sorry, some folks say rocket surgery, which I absolutely adore. So yeah, this is the type of stuff you can leave this room on a Friday morning and talk to someone about it and get it done. It can be done relatively well. If you do not have someone to help you and you don't know how to get started, I have an Excel spreadsheet where you can showcase the MVP, okay? So how do you get started? Change the conversation, not the data. I mean, we're Mad Men 2.0. That's what one of my good friends reminded me of. So here's the blueprint. You articulate the challenge, define custom metrics, assemble the data, identify patterns, and communicate, okay? To get stuff going, please. So how do you do that? Well, how frustrated are our customers? E-commerce, define the metrics. Let's do that. Page load, high value orders, return purchases. Add to wish list, 5-star reviews. Good, right? Where do we get these? From all of these sources. How do you identify patterns? You put it all together. This is our happiness index. Can you tell what's going wrong? Less stuff happening, right? Imagine that the economy is not tanking, okay? Nothing else is happening. What could be the problem in our index? If you can't see it because it's too early in the morning, that's fine. If I were to come with that visual, I would just say, improving page load speed is crucial. It impacts our happiness index. That's the one thing that has changed beyond customers. And it's linked to customer experience and sales. Done. Done. You don't have to argue. It's right there. It's a trend. So my current hyper focus is trend analysis and BigQuery. Why? I hate GA4. I just do. That was my trigger. I was done. And that doesn't mean I gave up on looking at stuff. But now I get to have Google Ads, Crux data for performance, Google Search Console data, Google Merchant Center data. Ooh, so if we have a promotion, does that impact my rankings? I can look at this. Not saying correlation and causation, I just say I can look at this and see the trends. So ultimately, if you want to get this done with me, you absolutely can. If you want to do this for yourself, please do. You don't need me, okay? But remember, if you want to get started on this, you need to get people unhooked from their expectations when it comes to my data, my data, my data. Yes, your data is gone. Technically, it wasn't ever there when we think about it in the way you think about it, like 100% accuracy. No, so change the conversation and get people focused on other stuff. So how do you do that? Find the one metric that you can create, okay, that makes sense within the company, and then get stuff moving towards that. And if you're thinking, oh my goodness, that can't happen, I worked for a company many, many years ago called ResearchGate, and they assigned an absolutely bullshit score to every single person that joined. And it got to a point where these academics had a ResearchGate score that they would include in their CVs when applying for jobs. And I can tell you this because the NDA is dead now. That metric was not even maintained at all. And people started adopting it because that was their reason for living. And if you're thinking to yourself, okay, but how does that impact me? If you're dealing with Net Promoter Score, it impacts you, okay? If you're dealing with these metrics that somebody came up with one day, you're stuck with that. So don't focus necessarily on if the data is like this or like that. Change the conversation and get people focused on what matters, which is making a difference. Have your own occupational rate. I don't know what it's gonna be like, but please email me to let me know once you have done that. And I hope to be, exchanging this with you and seeing you on stage instead of me. So thank you for this, and see you soon.
Monthly reporting making you want to shove sharp things up your nose? Try Dragon Metrics, the all-in-one SEO software with mind-blowing reporting tools.